This is Top 8 presenting the top grossing superhero movies of all time. Number 8. Spider-Man. Budgeted at $139 million, this superhero movie, starring Tobey Maguire and James Franco, broke box office records when it managed to rake in a whopping $115 million in its opening weekend. It also managed to rake in $822 million globally and was the highest grossing movie of 2002. Fun fact, one of the sketches Peter Parker made when he was designing the Spider-Man costume was actually another Marvel superhero character, Stingray. Number 7. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Budgeted at $250 million, this superhero epic raked in $166 million in its opening week. It's still in theaters and has so far managed to pull in $864 million worldwide. Ben Affleck stars as Batman in his second superhero movie. We all remember the first one, Daredevil.
I agree.
Man of Steel star Henry Cavill returns as Superman for this highly anticipated film. This is the first live-action film to include Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman together on the silver screen. This was the 10th time that Batman has been portrayed since 1943. On the other hand, Superman has been portrayed 16 times since 1939. Although fans were excited for a film where Superman and Batman meet, they were upset to learn that Christian Bale will no longer be playing Batman. Apparently, he was never even asked to play Batman. Swinging in at number 6, Spider-Man 3. Budgeted at $250 million, Tobey Maguire is back on the list again for his third and final film as Spider-Man. The movie's opening weekend managed to pull in an impressive $151 million and has since made $891 million worldwide and was the highest grossing movie of 2007. This is the last film in the original Spider-Man trilogy, and with a length of 140 minutes, it is the longest one of the three. Fun fact, Spider-Man 3 the game was actually released on the same day as the movie. Coming in at number 5 is The Dark Knight starring Christian Bale. With a budget of $185 million, its debut weekend made $158 million. It also made a not too shabby $1 billion globally. It was the first superhero movie to reach $1 billion in revenue and made more money than The Batman Begins' entire domestic sales in only 6 days of its release. It was also the first movie to top ImDb charts within 2 days of its release.
How about a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
Heath Ledger, who played the Joker, passed away 7 months prior to the movie's release and never even got to watch his own movie. Heath Ledger won 5 awards, including the Golden Globe for the Best Supporting Actor. Fun fact, this was the first movie where Batman operates outside of Gotham. Rising in at number 4 is The Dark Knight Rises. You get it? Anyway, budgeted at $250 million, it had an opening weekend of $161 million and grossed $1.1 billion globally. Christian Bale, with his third and final film as Batman, was the first ever actor to portray Batman in 3 films. Tickets for the film's premiere in New York's IMAX screening sold out 6 months in advance, and at 165 minutes long, it is the longest Batman movie ever produced. Here's another fun fact. The movie was secretly filmed in Pittsburgh under the name Magnus Rex. I guess that's some kind of dinosaur movie? Coming in at number 3 is Iron Man 3. The film was originally budgeted at $140 million, but with the success of their prior Marvel movies, Disney and Marvel Studios increased it to $200 million. The movie was able to bring home $174 million in its opening week and gross $1.2 billion, and was the second Marvel movie to hit the $1 billion mark. Hint hint. It was the first movie to not feature Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson, or any of the other S.H.I.E.L.D. members. And at 130 minutes, it is the longest Iron Man movie. Well, I guess not including the Avengers movies. Number 2, Avengers: Age of Ultron. The runner-up on our list had a budget of $250 million and made $191 million in its opening weekend, pulling in $1.4 billion internationally. The trailer was viewed 34 million times on YouTube within its first 24 hours and broke the record that Iron Man 3 previously held. Scarlett Johansson's pregnancy had caused the studio to record many of her scenes early to avoid any signs of the pregnancy showing. Ultron was originally created by Dr. Pym, aka Ant-Man, but instead, this movie featured Tony Stark as the creator, since Ant-Man hasn't been introduced into the Marvel movieverse. Coming in at the top of our list of the highest grossing superhero movies is The Avengers. With a production budget of $222 million, it was able to make $207 million in its opening weekend. and managed to rake in a very impressive $1.5 billion globally, making it the first Marvel movie to break the billion-dollar barrier. Writer and director Joss Whedon explained why the original founders, Ant-Man and Wasp, were cut out of the film. Apparently, it had too many characters in the movie. Fun fact, Disney had to change the titles of the films in the United Kingdom to Marvel's Avengers Assemble to avoid any confusion with the iconic British espionage franchise The Avengers, produced in 1961, and The Avengers of 1968. Here's a fun fact, the secret production code name for this movie is Group Hug. What was your favorite superhero movie? Leave us a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for future top 8s. Thank you for watching.